You're inside Continuous Music on Baltimore's best variety of R&B. We're Magic 95.9. I've been talking about this all morning, and finally the moment has arrived. We've got Be More royalty in the building. Jazz of Dru Hill is here. What's good, Jazz?
Yeah, what it is, right?
So you've got a new single, and I like to get straight to the business. We're going to introduce it right now to the people.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jazz, and you're listening to my new single, All Your Love.
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, thank you for allowing us to have the commercial radio debut. I know you've been all over the internet. You've been hitting them up everywhere. But to allow Magic 95.9 to be the one to break it on commercial radio, I feel so very special. Thank you for that.
No, that's what's up. I'm glad, you're doing it for real, sis. This is what's up. For real.
If you're just tuning in, man, this is Jazz from Dru Hill. He has a new single. It's called All Your Love, and that joint is on fire. Like it's real R&B.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying that. Yeah,
that's what music is missing right now. It's like it's real music, it's real vocals, it's real lyrics. It's just real, and we appreciate you for making that.
No, that's what's up. It's like that feel good vibe, you know. Yeah, something that you can have millions of memories too. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. When I listen to it, I just imagine different sceneries and stuff like that. But everybody's having a good time. It's always a good time. So,
did you write the song?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah. Songwriter, singer, Jazz doing his thing. How can people get the song? Because the whole purpose of this is for people to support.
Well, definitely. It's on like Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, a lot of the major outlets and. Or you can hit me up at Jazz Digiground, get a link or something like that,
Anywhere music is available,
that's right,
that song is out there. Okay, so how did you get the name Jazz?
Man, you know what? Jazz just came about, I think the last thing that I was doing, like right before I got a group, was that jazz ensemble thing I was telling you about.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of different artists and stuff I listen to, I created like a little ball of, I'm gonna say inspiration, from different ones, but it was a group that whispers, right? And they do like a lot of scatting.
Little scatting.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that was one of the things that I kind of like studied a lot. You know what I mean? So I did that a lot. So I think that name kind of like just fell on me because here you go, a guy, and he run around scatting and singing all this stuff.
And they called you Jazz.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I like it. Is this just a single that you're doing because you felt like doing it, or is this a prelude to an album? What's really good?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna call it the beginning of, my journey and everybody starting to hear from Jazz. Started on the album a while back. On the label that the group was on. And I got, that whole energy of doing the solo record.
Yes.
And it didn't happen at that point, but I did all the recording and stuff like that. So when that happened, I just kept recording, kind of, got a niche with it. So now I'm ready to just open up and start putting some good music out there.
You got the chops. I mean, you've already done it as part of Dru Hill, and you are a very strong vocalist. So I just can't wait. I can't wait. You can definitely carry it. Now, is solo artistry something that you've always wanted to do, or is that something that has developed over time?
Well, I'm gonna go back to like the beginning. Coming up, I came up in a musical family. You know what I'm saying? So like singing has always been second nature. Singing at different instruments, stuff like that. And I would get in different type groups and stuff like jazz ensembles and different choirs and stuff like that. So it was always me at first anyway.
Okay.
So then I met the fellas. We met at like a talent show. They was doing that gig, and I was a solo artist on the joint. So it's like I'm checking them out. They checking me out.
Right.
Like, we need to link up. So it kind of takes me back to that place that I was before, right before I got with the group.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Now, I did notice the last time you were here was about a year ago. When you guys were promoting Dru Hill's Christmas album. And what I noticed is you were the strong silent type anyway, but I'm seeing more of Jazz right now. I think that when you're with the group, you allow the fellas just to be the fellas, and you get the work done. You get the business done. But right now, I feel like I'm seeing your personality. And when I follow you on social media, I see, like, I feel like for the first time I'm seeing you.
Yeah, you're getting introduced to me, right? Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is. It's like when you're in a certain brand where, you know, it's kind of like you're playing different positions for that brand to work, the way that mechanics work for that brand. But then when you go ahead and step off, you know, and do your own thing, that's your time for people to really buy into or to really come into your world.
Yes.
So that's what this is, and I'm grateful for it.
Okay. Any idea of what the forthcoming album's title will be?
I don't know. I'm
getting all
gonna
up
be
in your
honest.
business.
No, I'm be honest. Like I'm real. I got a real creative, you know, outlook on music. So right now it's kind of whereas we're just like creating different categories of different, you know, things that I like to do, and we got to really figure out, you know, what will
You're
be,
putting it together right now.
Step, you know, movements to make. But I definitely plan to, you know, put stuff out there to keep everybody happy.
Well, I love it. Be More loves it. It's definitely buzzing all over social media. We have it here on the station now, so it's going to be buzzing all over the airways. We love you and appreciate you. And now we have to get into the past. Since we talked about your present, I noticed that Dru Hill has Playa touring as part of the group, and they're working on an album. Are you still a part of Dru Hill? What is really going on?
Well, I think right now, for the most part, and I look at New Edition as like the blueprint. They kind of like showed us that, you know, it's room to move things around and make things happen. Like when you got a group of talented, you know, individuals, and you got, you know, a vast, you know, just world of music lovers. Everybody wants to get a chance to really
shine,
and
do their thing,
and be as creative as they possibly can, and be successful at it. And in doing that, on the other hand, it's like you got a brand that's been there. So I guess the mindset is to try to configure something to keep the brand going, while, you know, others may venture off and do, you know, some other things that they need to do for themselves, which I think is just, you know, just rightfully, you know, fair.
Right, it's fair.
Yeah, and so I that's the way I look at it. And, you know, I think that's the way they're looking at it. Playa went out with us on our first tour. We took them out, you know what I mean? So they've been, you know, we've been tight with them for years. So I think. I know they dope anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know if they finished the album yet or not, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm anxious to hear it myself, but at the same time, I just hope that, you know, the support stays, you know, strong. Like it should.
It is going to stay strong.
Yeah, like it should, and everybody win.
Right. But are you still a part of Dru Hill and just taking a temporary break, or have you permanently left the group is what we're trying to figure out?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
He being political. He like, April, you asking too much. You can tell me to mind my business. I don't care. I won't be offended if it's time for me to mind my business.
No, I think right now what I can say is I really want to focus on on, you know, what I'm doing right now and really put my heart in it. So that it can maximize and be, you know, the best that it can be.
Well, that song, All Your Love, definitely has heart in it. It has everything it needs to be successful, and we are going to get behind it, and we are going to support it. Now, I got 2 pop culture questions for you, then you could get out the hot seat. He like, this girl keep on asking me
No, that's all right. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
But I'm still going to get you for the podcast, and when we do the podcast, we getting down and dirty for the podcast, okay? All right, so Nike has made Colin Kaepernick the face of its 30th anniversary campaign. What did you think about that?
Man, I've been, you know, checking out a lot of the different viewpoints on it. I think it's just, I mean, the fact that, you know, Kaepernick did what he did, and I think everybody should be able to stand up for what they believe in, you know, at whatever moment they are in their lives, man. And if it's a cause that really makes a difference, then what's the problem?
Right.
You know, but you know, every time when things happen, you got a million responses, and everybody make a mess out of it.
Everybody got something to say, right?
Everybody make a mess out of it. But at the end of the day, the man took a stand for something, and if we all start taking stands for things, a lot of things would change.
Thank you so much. I totally agree with that one. Now, Eminem recently dropped a surprise album, Kamikaze, and he called out like a whole bunch of rappers. One of the people that he called out was Budden. And you know Budden. Budden's like, hey, I'm better than you.
Yeah, I heard
if
that.
they were in a rap battle, and you had somebody twisted your wrist, twisted your arm and said, Jazz, you got to put money on one. Who you putting your money on, M or Budden? Don't shake your head. You got to answer the question.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to holler at my mans, be like, yo, you put this on my man right here, and I'm going to put this on my man right here.
That's that Baltimore slick right there.
I'm trying to tell you.
He got Baltimore on him. I'm
Yeah.
not mad at you. Love you so much and appreciate you. Please continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
The
thank
radio
you, baby.
station is going to get behind your song. I'm sure Baltimore is going to get behind you. You're one of our own. We love you and wish you the best.
No, thank you so much. Love y'all, too.
It's about that time on the air to say what's on my mind.
It's your favorite girl.
The April Watch Show.
Welcome to my world.
Listen while you grind. It's the best show you will find.
It's your favorite girl.